Okay, today we are going to mess around with the magnetic lasso tool in Photoshop CC. Alright, I'm going to open up a flower image I've used in my previous videos. Seems to be a fun image to play around with. You can use any image for this practice. Let's see if I can even find it. There we go. Okay, so to find your magnetic lasso tool, mine's already selected, but on some of your screens it might look like this, which is just your lasso tool. You want to left click and hold it until this little menu pops up with 3 different types of lasso tools. The bottom one, it has this little magnet on it, so indicating that is your magnetic lasso tool. To start with your magnetic lasso tool, you will just want to create a point on the edge of the object you're trying to select. So I'm just going to start right here on this petal. This looks like a friendly spot to start. And I'm just going to start outlining or tracing anything you want to say, and then just go around the flower with the cursor, and it's just automatically going to snap some points to it. But what I like to do, and what I found out that helps me use the magnetic lasso tool, is when I get to a point with a dramatic change of direction, say like right here on the point of this petal, I'm gonna just left click once, and I am going to add the point and not the magnetic lasso. And how I'm doing this is just taking my right hand and one finger and just tracing the outline of the object I am wanting to select. But at every point, I am just giving it one little click and change to just indicate that I am wanting to change direction. And seems to be more helpful. It helps the magnetic lasso understand what you're wanting. And I'm going to just do this around the entire photo. Recommend using your magnetic lasso tool. This is just for practice and to fully understand what the magnetic lasso tool usage is. What I recommend on doing with this is using the quick selection tool, or even quicker would be the magic wand, and I would just select the white. But if you want the flower selected, I would just click inverse, select inverse on that. It's a lot quicker, but the magnetic lasso tool would be amazing for objects with a more complex background, or if this flower had tons of different colors on it. And the magnetic lasso tool is just to save time and not use the lasso tool as much. I use the lasso tool when I use the magnetic lasso tool. If I mess up, I prefer going back to the lasso tool and clicking on negative or add to add on or take away that selection. So as I finish up here, instead of just letting go of anything, you need a click. You're going to need a click. You're going to need to find the point that we started with, and by doing that is hovering over a point that you think might be your starting point, and Photoshop will tell you if it is by putting this little circle on your cursor down there. So as you can see, I'm hovering over a point and it has a circle, so it's indicating that that is the home. Now that I have this selected, after I click on the home point, the starting point, it will outline or select what I traced. And that will allow us to go in and do some changes. So I clicked select inverse to get this background selected now, and I'm just gonna use my paint bucket. I'm just gonna use black. It's already on there, so I'm gonna go in and change that. Now I'm gonna go back to select inverse. Now I want to edit the photo after I've already changed the background because I wasn't a fan of the white. So now that my flower is selected again, I'm going to go ahead and use image adjustments. I'm going to use, let's just make it black and white to make it simple. I'm going to click auto, see what Photoshop likes, and then I'm going to make my own changes, see what I can make. I want it to really pop. I really like that. I'm going to push OK when I am done, and I'm going to make one more change. I'm just going to play with shadows and highlights. I'm going to see if I can maybe mess with like the shadows and the highlights on the petals here, and maybe even the stem, just to see if I can make it pop out a little bit more. Ooh, like that, yeah, like that. Shows a little bit more detail within the flower. I'm just going to push OK when I think everything looks good to me. Now that I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and push Command D, and that's going to deselect everything, and now I'm left with is the image I had created. I'm going to go up once I am done and push File. I'm going to go down to Save As. I'm going to go to the folder I want to save this in. So for this one, I'm going to save it under Magnetic Lasso. I'm going to type in just flower. I'm just going to type in flower. First, you want to save it as a Photoshop document. The reason why is you just want to save that to maybe go back and make changes, or maybe you're not done editing it and you want to save it where you left off. Now I'm going to go back to File, Save As, and click JPEG, and that will save it as an image that I can share with anyone through text message. I can put it on social media now, or just have the image as anything I want. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.